This is the Commodities and Recycling Report brought to you by Ben Lee, the industry leader in roll-off trailers and open-top scrap trailers, as well as Raleigh, Goldsboro, and Wilson Recycling, the leaders in the Carolinas for scrap metal, cardboard, electronics, and junk cars. Today is Monday, June 22nd, 2015. My name is Greg Brown, President and CEO of the companies. There was little good news last week in commodities and recycling, and in fact last week there was bad news. As we continue to mention, the global economy continues to get better, but slowly. Last week, Greek debt had people worried, and China is clearly going nowhere fast. The only glimmer of hope, good news, was this morning, the Greeks seem to have come up with some concessions that other European countries view as positive, and has helped stock markets around the world. They're all soaring today. Steel production had a nice uptick last week and is up for the past few months, but it is still well below last year. The oil rig count has now declined for 28 weeks in a row and is now close to the rig count of 5 years ago. This remains a significant drag on steel consumption. With imports of finished goods continuing to hurt the U.S., there remains a drag on steel production, along with the problem with oil rig counts. Even with the small ferrous price increase of a few weeks ago, scrap metal remains flowing very, very slowly, as do profits in scrapyards, especially with copper and aluminum near their 6-year lows, which we will discuss in a minute. With these low prices, scrapyards in the Southeast, which have a higher percentage of retail business versus industrial business, have been hit very hard. As the shredders in the Southeast have been hit as well, yet another shredder shut down, this one owned by Greer Recycling. Copper prices remain near their 6+ year lows, and as we have said last week, we see no reason why this will change anytime soon. Aluminum also dropped last week and is also now near a 6-year low. The difference, though, is we believe that aluminum should stabilize because aluminum inventory levels are also hitting new 6-year lows. As we have said, another shredder shut down in the Southeast. We are told that Greer Recycling is working with their bank on selling that shredder. The low scrap prices have hurt the market in the Southeast more than the Midwest and the Northeast, in that the Southeast is much more dependent on the retail business, as we said. As for other bad news, trailer sales and sales of Class 8 tractor trailers are down in May, and that's the first reduction that this has happened in a very long time. And that hurts steel production. On the positive side, sales of existing homes hit a 5.5-year high last month, and car sales may hit a record for the total year in the history of the industry. This should support some stabilization of commodity prices. Prices for aluminum and copper were down last week in Raleigh, Goldsboro, and Wilson. Steel was level. Please call us at 919-828-5426 in Raleigh and 919-7300-5600 in Goldsboro for prices. With that, we hope all have a safe and profitable week. Tune in next week for the Commodities and Recycling Report. This is Greg Brown.